Hello, folks. I'm Tom StarLove, and you're listening to Tolstoy Radio. You can find us or contact us at tolstoycommune.com or tolstoyradio.com. We're teaching the meaning of life. Imagine that in today's world, that you can listen to teachings on the true meaning of life. It's Christianity, right? It's to be a true Christian. Now, you might be Catholic, and there are wonderful Catholics, but I wouldn't call the religion true Christianity. To be a true Christian, you would follow Jesus' commandments, and Jesus commanded that we live as he lived. Live as he lives. Non-violence. To live non-violence. That's what Jesus lived. That's what Jesus lives. He had a chance to form a rebel army and hide out in the hills and raid the Roman artillery or army line, supply lines. He didn't. He chose to sacrifice his body for his beliefs. Jesus taught us to live for our soul. What profit a man if he gaineth the world, but loseth his soul? The gist of Jesus' teachings are all contained in the Sermon on the Mount. That's where Jesus teaches us to be nonviolent. Love your enemies, he says. He says that if we love only our friends, then what reward is there in that even the pagans do that? But we are to be perfect like our Father in heaven. There it is again, our Father in heaven, the Father of our soul, our true being. We are to be perfect like our Father in heaven, who brings sunshine to both the good and the evil. So Jesus teaches us to love our enemies, return good for evil, don't take vengeance, don't take revenge, don't get your vengeance when somebody does something awful to you. Now, does the Catholic Church teach this? Well, not adequately. There are wonderful Catholics. There are wonderful Buddhists. There are wonderful people in the world. We all have a soul. Treasure that above everything. And how do you treasure that? Jesus says, the first commandment Jesus gave us, to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. That's how you treasure your true being. And that's how you acknowledge. Well, the first step is to acknowledge. The first step to the path of life is to acknowledge that you have a soul and that there is a God in heaven. And then everyone has a soul, and you have no right to take another person's life in any case. You have no right to do that. You might be here listening to this because you're familiar with Tolstoy. Well, then you should be familiar that Tolstoy, arguably the world's greatest novelist, a superstar in his own time, prophesied the last 30 years of his life and wrote strictly about what we're talking about right now, the meaning of life, the true meaning of life, the truth of Christianity. Gandhi's life was changed forever with his after his introduction to Tolstoy. They wrote letters back and forth, and that's what we're doing here at Tolstoy Radio. We're changing lives. We're changing your life. You're gonna help us change other people's lives drastically. Non-violence. Everything is violence in this world today. We're going to give up all the violence. You're listening to Tolstoy Radio. I'm Tom StarLove. Catch our next broadcast. God bless us.